bride and groom slowly process down the path to the grave and reach the altar. Alright guys, welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. Last time we had the whole wedding start up, but before the wedding actually really started, Gav came in and helped give us a hint regarding the whole locked room. She started arguing with Lanor. What's going on there? But Lanor, you know, they had a little back and forth, but Lanor got the quote-unquote, you know, the W at the very end, where she didn't deny that someone could escape from the window of the next room over, but she did say that you can't use that as an argument for how they escape. Meaning that there might be some way to go around her red truth, but we don't know yet how. Yeah, and now we're here. The wedding is on its way. Erica's walking on ahead with Battler. Now I've gotten some comments, not from last part because the last part hasn't been uploaded yet, but from the part before, right? Saying that this entire scene and this love duel is one of your favorite scenes in all of Umineko, and that definitely excites me. It excites me to hear that you guys have enjoyed that love duel so much. Now, the love duel specifically, I can't say it is my favorite. It's, you know, an incredible scene for me just yet. I think I need to see the climax. How does the love duel end between Kanon and Shannon? I think because I didn't get that, or maybe we'll get that soon. I don't know. So I think I'll need a climax to that. But either way, I think it's so interesting how I've been told that every episode. It's so interesting to see that everyone has different tastes. Because, as in, what I mean by that is, ever since episode 3, right? I've been told by different people, oh yeah, this is one of my favorite scenes in Umineko, or this is one, you know, etc. Stuff like that. Ever since episode 3, right? Ever since, and it's typically towards the end of an episode, right? So at the end of episode 3, someone would say, oh, Evatrice doing this and Beata doing that. One of my favorite scenes in Umineko, and I've seen it for episode 4 and 5 and now 6 as well. So, there seems to be a trend that the ending of these episodes are absolute bangers, and there's, you know, at least 1 or 2 people that you know, really fancy these endings. Now, I think, oh man, I don't really have my favorite ending of any episode yet. I feel like once I know the truth, I feel like episode 4 is going to be my favorite ending. I don't think it is yet, but I think by the time I'll finish and understand what's really going on with Beato and really understand her, I think I'll go back to episode 4 and see the whole scene where she's saying, who am I, Battler, right? And then Battler, you know, starts hugging her and stuff. I think that's probably going to be my favorite by the end. But right now, I'm not sure. I don't really have a particular specific best ending to an episode or best scene. I haven't really thought about that yet. But I will say, it's so interesting that, like I said, we have different tastes. Because for me, my favorite scene in episode 6 is still, and I know I got tricked by Erica, but it's still Lambda saying that my theory was valid. And I know that scene, you know, I think it's such a great scene. I know I got tricked, but I feel like the reason why I love that scene so much is because I got to the conclusion on my own. I got to the same theory, but way earlier, right? Way before, you know, she said it was valid. And I arrived at that conclusion and said, come on, let's get it. And every single scene lead up to it, I was like, come on, Lambda, you're the impartial judge here, come on. And then seeing Erica get frustrated, I mean, it was an act, but it was still satisfying. And then Lambda saying it was valid, and I got so hyped. So I think for me, that is still the best episode 6 has had to offer so far. But I think that I might be biased because it was so satisfying to see how, you know, my theory all worked out and everything was fantastic. And I've gotten a similar comment from someone saying that this ending of episode 6 is their favorite. But that comment also said that they might be biased because this is around the time that they started figuring everything out and things started making sense in their head. So I feel like there seems to be a clear connection between a moment of figuring things out and having a favorite moment in the story, you know what I mean? So I think the moment I start piecing things together, I don't know when that is, Maybe it'll be this moment, just like that person told me in the comment that they figure things out. Maybe it'll be in another moment. Maybe if I focus on the love duel, and again, Zephyr and Furfur said that this love duel is a big hint. So maybe if I figure something out in this love duel regarding what's happening, then maybe wow, episode 6 becomes absolutely fantastic. Who knows? Maybe if I don't figure out yet, maybe I'll need to keep reading and figure out some more things. But yeah, right now I cannot say with confidence that I figured things out. So clearly I haven't. Maybe I figure out one or two things here and there. Maybe I've gotten, you know, a little butt at some theories. But I feel like that the one. I feel like when we get to the moment where things start clicking, when things start going like, you know, I don't know if Umineko's ever going to properly reveal, you know, spoon feed you everything. Like, this is the answer to this. This is how this happened. This is how this locked room happened. All that stuff. I don't know if Umineko's gonna do that, but I feel like the moment things start clicking, slowly but surely, because I feel like once one thing clicks, it's all going to click. It's going to click. Ah, that's how that happened, and that's how that happened. And then I just piece things together. I feel like that moment will be absolutely fantastic, and I'm waiting for that to happen. And that's why I'm still thinking. That's why every single part I'm still thinking. Alright, how did things happen? Why did this person do it? How did they do it? All that stuff. I'm still thinking. I haven't arrived at a proper answer yet, but I'm still trying. That's all I can say for now. That I am trying. A lot of you keep telling me that I need to keep looking with love, but listen. If there's one message you've got across to me already, it's that I need to look at things with love. I need to have love. I get it, okay? I get it. Alright? Just because I get it doesn't mean I get it. That doesn't mean that things will just make sense, okay? Alright? The friggin' locked room window thing. Man, what sort of love did I need to have now? Nah, but okay, yeah. Maybe I don't have enough love just yet. Maybe I don't. I don't know. But I am trying. I am trying to figure things out. It's not, you know, I'm not purposely trying to be devoid of love here. I'm trying to see it through love. But you know, I get the hint. I've got, you know, you don't have to repeat it 1,000 times for me to get the hint. I just need to figure it out, and I haven't, and sometimes you're just incompetent, you know what I mean, and it is what it is, okay? So, alright, let's keep reading for now, though. Alright. Though walking slowly was ceremonious and proper etiquette, it was also tiring. Erika glanced over at Batter. Erika, you're getting very close here. I don't like it. Why are you so close to the screen? Why are you having a close-up? Of course, his eyes were blank. His heart was still inside that locked room. Once more, the sound of the Chester honor guard stamping their heels rang out loudly. Sounds returned to the cathedral. Now, the wedding ceremony would finally begin.
人は愛のために生きるのです。すなわち、今日あなた方は生まれてきた意味を、目的を成し遂げた。
Fake gray smile. Interesting OST name.
生きる力、愛の力のなんと偉大なことか。今日という日の輝きが、どうかお二人を永遠に祝福しますように。
Another thing is that we haven't gone at all this episode is the epitaph. We haven't gone that at all this episode. Are we just not going to discuss the epitaph? Yeah, Battler's just not focused on that at all. It's Battler's game, right? He's the game master. He's just decided not to focus on that at all. Okay. I guess the epitaph is not as important of a thing in Battler's mind. But it clearly is an important thing in Beato's mind, because Beato made it a point in all the previous episodes, at least the ones that she was in control of. So, the epitaph. Right! The epitaph. I haven't really properly tried to solve it since the start of this episode. Mostly because I'm still stuck at Kinza's beloved home of old. And all I've gotten is as far as London. By the way, imagine. Oh, London. Hey, yo, I don't care what the right answer is. That's a great answer. Kansas beloved of old. London. I remember coming up with that. That was funny. I'll never forget that. I remember coming up with a bunch of weird stuff, like how Virgilia's name. I don't know if you guys have been watching me read through Umineko since episode 3, but initially when Virgilia was introduced, I remember calling her Buto, because we didn't have her name, but all we knew was that she was the predecessor Beatrice. And at the start of when I first saw Virgilia, my first impression was she was beautiful. So I went, okay, she's beautiful. She's also predecessor Beatrice, so predecessor Beato. How do we combine beautiful with Beato? Buto. So that was my nickname for her, and I really love that nickname. I remember that still. So stuff like that, I'll always remember. Even though now I'm accustomed and used to the name Virgilia, but yeah, stuff like that I won't forget. So I won't forget about London, even when I do finally learn what his actual beloved home of old is. Unless I've actually got it bang on, it is London. Imagine, the United Kingdom, that's actually he's from. Is United Kingdom 13 letters? I feel like I've tried this before. United is 6 letters, right? Kingdom. It is 13 letters! Well, would you look at that? 13 letters, right? Wasn't there a twilight about it being 13 letters, right? And then you cut separate the two who are close. Something like that. Yo, that epitaph is complicated, man. I did put I remember after episode 4, I remember the epitaph being one of the things I researched. I struggled, bro. Honestly, I feel like if I didn't spend any time trying to solve the epitaph and spent more time trying to solve all this stuff, I might have actually gotten even further with my theory video back in episode 4, because I really did try. I really did, man. As you can tell by my guess that Kinder's beloved home is friggin' London, I clearly did not manage to get far, despite putting more time than I would like to admit into it. But I did try. I didn't, and still until now, I'm not really. It's not like I've stopped thinking about it, because we all know stop not thinking about something, or stopping the thinking procedure is all sorts of wrong when it comes to Umineko. I get that, but man, that epitaph is a real pain. It's a real pain to try to figure it out. But yeah, I guess that's been very relevant in episode 6. So I wonder what Battl's reasoning for that is here.
さあ、愛し合う二人よ、愛の制約を。物言えぬ夫に代わりて。
妻は二人を代表して制約を。バトラがエリカを、エリカはバトラを。健やかな日もやめる日も支え合って生きることを誓います。
The battle looks pretty sick to me right now, in multiple ways. But hey, Erica, you don't seem like you're supporting him. I mean, I guess you are supporting him in the physical sense, but you're not really supporting him, though. My guy can't even consent to this. Oh, come on, so because I can't consent to a wedding, I am forced to be married. Great. So because someone can't object to wanting to marry, it's sealed. All right, it's done. Okay, that's crazy.
それ以上の文句が終わりでしたら、まずはロジックエラーの密室からお出になってからにしてください。安心して、その日まで永遠に私があなたを支えてあげますから。
二人の愛の制約を聞きました。
Yeah, Erica's oath and Batter's kusso. That's the oath of love? We got it.
ああ、誓いよ、永遠なれ。
Clap, clap. Thunderous applause celebrated their marriage of servitude. After the oath, they would physically signify the bond. It was the exchanging of the rings. The territory lord's ring with the one-winged eagle engraved on it that sat on Battler's finger would become Erika's. By this, she would become the ruler of this game board. And in exchange, Battler's finger would be given a diamond ring that Erika had prepared. At a glance, it just looked like a ring adorned by a large diamond. However, this cursed ring would force Battler into eternal subservience and brand him as another's property. Man.
So
I'm gonna be furniture. Now I'm gonna know what Shannon and Conan feel like. I'm gonna be someone else's property. That's furniture, right? That's a servant. The pair exchange rings. Bruh! Hey, yo, look, dude, look, does this look like a man ready to get married right now? Come on, man. Don't be this Battler. What is that? Alright, Erika respectfully took Battler's left hand, then slowly pulled off the territory lord's ring that had sat on his ring finger. That was the ring Beato had entrusted him with. Erika stole it away. Look at Battler's face, yo. Wake up, fool! Incompetent fool, wake up! Come on, where's your drip going? That cape, that drip is all for nothing, man. Right, you're trying to split the two. To he. What? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you'll follow me to hell, Erika? Let's get married in hell together. Erika pressed her lips up against Battler's earlobe as if biting it, and told him where they were. Hey, yo! Then slowly she took Beto's ring, which she had stolen from Battler, and slipped it onto her own left hand. Can use the gold truth! Because she has the territory lord's ring, right? Custom made. Even Battler's blank eyes could see the diamond ring Erika held. It was like Erika herself. Oh, she looks like a diamond. She's got blue hair, blue eyes. I'll give her that. That's diamond-ish like. On the outside, it shone beautifully and possessed an absolute hardness that would bend to no one's will. And on the inside, to symbolize never letting go of the prey it had latched onto. It had 8 sharp thorns pointing inwards. If they had been growing out of the outer side, it would have looked like the collar of a hellhound. However, ever heard of putting those on the inside? She turned the diamond until it clicked, and the thorns retracted. In other words, if she twisted it after putting the ring on his finger, the inward-facing thorns would bite down, never releasing until the end of time. Oh, okay. Then, even his soul would be trapped, and his body, mind, and soul would be forced to serve Erika for all eternity. Your body submits, your heart succumbs. So why does your mind resist? I hope, you know, that would be a great scene if something like that happened. I keep using that quote. I love that quote so much, even though I keep paraphrasing it because I don't know the exact quote. Amen, Battler. You logic errored yourself into this. Now just wait for Beato to save you. That's all you got. That's all you really can do. Who the hell would wear a ring like that? He couldn't even finish speaking that simple phrase. And furthermore, those awkward words were the only way he could resist. She raised Battler's left hand and stroked his ring finger hungrily. Sus? Erica held the ring of servitude against the tip of his finger. A ring can hurt if it's made to fit too tightly, and it can even become impossible to take off. However, this ring, I mean, you can always cut your finger. I'm just saying, impossible to take off? I mean, you're really taking it off if you cut your finger to pieces. Nah, you can do that. However, this ring was never intended to be removed for life anyway. So its inner band had been mercilessly narrowed. Even without the thorns, forcing a small ring like this on would hurt. Use some oil then. Oh man, I remember as a kid, a few times as a kid, I'd get, you know, a ring. Okay, story time. I mean, as a kid, okay, I'd get a ring stuck on my finger, even my ring finger or my middle finger or whatever, and I wouldn't be able to get it out. And I'd remember just, I was probably like 5 years old, so I remember just crying, going, I can't get it off, right, every single time. And the ring is probably just one of my mother's rings, right? Because my mother has a lot of rings. She has all sorts of weird rings. Other than her wedding ring, she has her wedding ring, and she's got a lot of different rings. Sometimes, you know, as a kid, as a toddler, as you do, just put a random ring on because it's fun, and then you can't get it up, and then I go crying, ah! And then, and then always, what I always, you know, what my mother always did, she took, you know, oil my finger, and then eventually, after a lot of pain, the ring will get off. And 2 or 3 times of doing that in my life, I learned my lesson. Never put rings on your finger again. I stopped doing that after that. I learned my lesson, alright? My mother scolded me properly, alright? That's good, that's great. I never did that again. So, you know, I might get PTSD. If I ever, you know, put on a wedding ring, I might get PTSD like, no, don't get stuck! Oh no! So yeah, now every single time I force something on my finger, I get this small feeling that what if it gets stuck there? Unless it's super wide, you know, or big enough that my finger easily fits in. But if it's like a small ring that can barely fit, I hate it. I hate it. So that's because, you know, I've learned from 5-year-old me, don't do that. It sucks. You don't want to have this metal thing stuck in your finger for all time. Come on. Anyway, done with the story time now. Alright. I like to go on tangents sometimes. I like to do. Alright.
この指輪はあなたの身も心も魂もすべてを永遠に閉じ込めます。
すべて永遠に。
そしてあなたは永遠に生きた人間。
永遠な。Eternal。すべて。
死ぬことも許しません。私に永遠に怪我され。
永遠に。
私が勝利の美酒の味を忘れるたびにあなたはその身をもって私にそれを思い出させるのです。何度もね。舌が噛めるなら今のうちにどうぞ。
If you could bite off your tongue.
指輪が通ればそれすらもできなくなりますから。
Nah, it's okay. My body's all yours, ma'am. So, yeah, you never heard that, okay? Cut that out. You never heard what I said there, okay? Cut. Edit. Cut. That didn't happen. Alright, moving on. It was meant as a joke. Funny thing. Gotcha, right? Of course. Battle didn't even possess the strength to bite his tongue. That's crazy. And even if he had possessed it, he didn't want to give up before finding a way to escape the locked room. So he could never bring himself to commit suicide. However, once this ring was forced upon him, he would never be able to even think about escaping from the room, much less kill himself. Yamero? Ayo, Erika, see? He said Yamero! Yamero! No? I guess no stopping. The finger's going in now. Okay. Alright. That's phrasing. Erika, phrasing. Okay. Alright, okay. I mean, as long as you don't play the last 15 seconds or so out of context, this is fine. It wasn't just a bit of having his finger forced through the tight ring. The curse of the ring fiercely tormented Battler's body from the inside. But pain would always torment Battler. But, fortunately for him, the ring's power would also steal away the mind that could understand that pain. Erika kept screwing on the demonic ring that was far too small. 무리다? 무리? Yes, Battler, there's no way it'll fit. You got this though, Battler. Keep going. It will fit. It will fit. No problem. Okay. Alright, Erika. With an obscene laugh, Erika let a silver thread drip from her mouth. A silver thread, okay? And wet his finger and the ring. Just relax, of course. It'll fit. Just relax. Just relax. Just relax. Okay. All at once. Okay, but no. Relax, though. Not all at once. Like, listen. Battler's not gonna resist. I won't resist, okay? You can, but don't stick in it all at once. Slowly but surely. You got this. Alright, okay. Alright. What if I like, you know, push back to towards the ring? Or yeah. The ring. Oh! It's sliding right on. Okay! Alright, but it's okay. No, all at once. We got this. Slowly. We're working together here, Erika. Slowly! Battler's finger went deeper and deeper through the ring. He was pushed through the iron ring of pain and humiliation, which would never be removed again. There you go, you stuck it in! All the way into the base? Dang, based. Alright. Battler, by the way, you look hella pathetic right now. You look very pathetic. I can't lie you to. The demonic ring squeezed his finger so tightly that it seemed the finger would snap off along with the bone. Could Battler's hazy expression of anguish really communicate how unbearable the sickening pain was?
一番奥まで入れたのが最後の仕上げですよ。これであなたが永遠に私を。
Okay, now you're gonna screw the diamond. Erika touched the ring's diamond knob. Okay, time to screw it in. If she twisted it, the thorns would bite in and never let go again.
いいですよ。許してください、エリカ様って言えたらやめてあげます。
I'm ready for an epic shonen moment where Beato comes in at the last clutch moment to save Backer. Here we go. Y'all look real pathetic there, Battler. But hey, okay.
お許しください、エリカ様。生涯を犬として扱われ、首輪につながれて生きることを誓いますから、この指輪だけはお許しくださいって。そう言えたら、この指輪だけは許してあげます。
You got this, bro. You've got the S going. You have to say spare, and then me, and then you can do it. You can do it.
はい。よく聞こえませんよ。
Screw you. Resist, Battler, resist. But why does your mind resist? Hell yeah.
絶対てめえを許さね
あなたをこんな目に遭わせちゃって。
え。違う。
No, no, no.
ベアトの指輪を怪我したお前を俺は絶対許さねえ。
Though Battler's eyes had supposedly been forced into a clouded state, they looked strong for just an instant. However, it really was only for an instant. Battler had used up the last of his fleeting resistance just to say those words. In his dim consciousness, he had even bitten his own tongue to stay alert, so that he could complete his words of resistance.
やはりあなたは飼いならせない犬って感じです。でもそこがいい。
He's we got it wrong, Erika. I ain't a dog to begin with. Erika smiled. Then she turned the diamond. Oh, okay. The instant she did, Battler let out a voiceless scream and threw his head back. His howl had no voice and could be heard by no one. However, it still rang out throughout the cathedral. That's the end of the chapter? Okay. Okay, well, we'll keep reading though. The Duel of the Lovers. Right! We're back to this duel. Okay. So we're continuing the duel, and this is exciting because you guys have hyped this duel up really a lot. You guys have really been hyping up this duel, so let's see how it goes. Okay, we haven't gone to the climax yet of the duel, so let's see how it goes. All right, a desolate wind blew through the golden rose garden. Shannon and Connor had already finished walking 19 steps, and their backs still faced each other. At the signal of the demons responsible for this trial, they would both turn and settle this. Settle this. Each of them had held one of the dueling pistols that the demons had prepared. The bullets promised certain death no matter where on the body they hit. This duel would not end until one of them died. George and Jessica just quietly watched the ones they loved. They had already entrusted all their thoughts to them and their fates. Just watching over their partners was now the only way they could show their trust. Oh! Shannon has his back to him. Okay, this scene is not complete without Kanon also showing his back, so here we go. There it is. Alright, here we go. They both have their back turned to each other. It's time to turn around and shoot. Who gets the kill and who dies? Who wins? Shannon and Kanon stood quietly with their backs turned. They had already put the emotions of the many days they had spent together behind them. The next time they laid eyes on each other, nothing would be asked of them except pulling that trigger. I think Shannon wins this, you know. The only one who still had no determination or resolution with regard to this duel was Beato. The closer that moment came, the less she understood. The love between George and Shannon wasn't standing in the way of the love between Jessica and Kanon or vice versa. Why, when both sides could find happiness, were they forced to kill each other?
わからない。私にはどうしてもわからない。
妹よ、我らには見守ることしか許されん。
ゼパルさん、フルフルさん、どうしてこんな決闘を？こんなの恋の試練じゃない。やっぱりあなたたちは悪魔なんです。どちらかの恋人たちを破綻させて、それを見て喜びたいだけの悪魔なんです。
And yet the duel must go on.
静かに。
恋人たちの邪魔になるわ。
邪魔をしてるのはあなたたちじゃないですか。どちらかが倒れる。倒れた方の恋人たちが嘆き悲しむ。あなたたちさえなければ誰も悲しまない。
それは違う。僕たちがこの決闘を取り持たなかったら、
二組のどちらも破綻したわ。これは必要な決闘なの。
私は最初から納得できなかったんです。魔法の奇跡がなければ恋って成し遂げられないんですか。恋って愛し合う二人さえいれば他に何もいらないんじゃないんですか。
You think?
この決闘は無意味です。だからやめて。二人ともシャドウもカノンも。あんなにも実の兄弟のように仲良しだったあなたたちがどうして殺し合わなくちゃいけないの。私にはどうしてもわからない。
Everyone should have been able to hear Beato's yell. However, no one's expression changed.
そうだ。よく気づいたね。
それこそ愛の真実。
何がですか。
愛し合う二人以外に本来は何もいらないんだ。
だからそれが二人でないとき、私たちは決闘でその数を二人にしなくてはならない。
Therefore, when there are not two people, we must use a duel to make that number become two. Because there are three people. Is that not it? Okay. Don't worry, I wasn't screaming because I figured out that they're the same person. I already knew that. I'm screaming because what a complicated matter we have here. We have to make that number become two. We have one on one end and one on the other end. We have to force it to become two on one of the ends. And the only way to work is to kill off one of the personalities. and have the other personality win through. That's gotta be it. Yeah, that's gotta be it. I mean, this has to be almost 100% confirmation that they're the same person now. Shada and Kanon have to be the same person. I just don't see any other way I can interpret this. Yeah, about that. Yeah, you could understand. Huh, Beato? What if it is? They're not! It's not! It's not! I can create a world.
2人が揃って初めて世界は生まれ、恋は成就される。
だからこの決闘は必要なんだ。
彼らがその人数を満たすために。
家具は人間未満だから一人を満たせないと言い出すんですか？
正解だよ。家具は人間未満。だから家具と人間じゃ2人を満たせない。
そんなのおかしいです。
Okay, to be fair, if I understand that they're the same person, I don't know how that correlates to them being furniture. I've not gotten that connection yet, actually. Maybe I'm very dumb, but I haven't understood what furniture has to do with all this yet. Furniture. It's been a very big topic in all these episodes, furniture. But I don't know how that connects.
いいや、あるよ。本当に愛し合う2人の身分は関係ない。
妻を持つ男との恋は許されるの？夫を持つ女との恋は許されるの？
親との恋は許される。子との恋は許される。
Is it permissible to fall in love with your parents? Is it permissible to fall in love with your children? I see. So you're saying that your romantic love is not completely free of all circumstances. There has to be some standards, some boundaries. You can't just fall in love with your own child or with your own parent. That doesn't. Okay.
恋の許されない身分なんていくらでもある。
Okay, I understand it. I get it. Okay.
じゃあ家具って何なんですか？どうして家具は恋をしちゃいけないんですか？
Why furniture? Even I don't get this question.
魂が一人に満たないから。
Because their soul amounts to less than a full person. So furniture is just. So if you add multiple furniture, you get a whole person. Is that what this whole furniture thing has been about? Because if that's the explanation, I don't get this whole like furniture thing. One furniture amounts to less than a full person, but two furniture does? How does that make sense? I don't know. All right, let's just leave the whole. Okay, I don't know. Okay. Beto, you're included in this as well. Actually, yeah, you're right. Beto is included. How? Even if even if Shannon or Kanon win against one or the other, don't they still have to battle Beto to become the full personality? You know, let's say Shannon wins against Kanon, she still has to win against Check Beto as well to take control of the personality of the full body, right? To take over.
あなたたちはみんな家具。魂が一人分に満たないから人間以下。
人を愛する資格はただ一つ。
To be another human?
一人に満たつ魂を持っていること。だから愛し合う二人は世界を生み出せる。
例えば 妻を持つ男はもう一人の女を愛する資格を持つと思う？
Do you think maybe the wife has the right to love another woman? So, Kanon and Jessica. Can Kanon still love George despite being with Jessica? Right? Well, no. Then they'd have to discard the Kanon personality so that they can be Shannon and then they can be in love with George. That's it?
あるわけがない。
No?
二人の女を愛せば、その愛情は一人分に満たない。
If you love two women, you don't get a full person's worth of love.
そのような男に愛する資格がない。
A man such as that would not be qualified to love. Actually, Alberto, you bring up an interesting point because I actually know in some cultures, I don't want to get too deep in this right now, but one could get deeper with this discussion because in some cultures it is actually permissible for men to marry two women, but not the other way around. It's weird, but I have known it. I have talked to people that have told me that where they've come from, I believe some places in Africa and Asia, where a man actually has two wives, but as long as he treats them both equally with both the same amount of love and the same amount of care for both the wives and the children that they might have together, then it's actually seen as acceptable and fine in the end. It is very weird, in a sense, right? But a discussion can be had about this in real life, though. I bet the saying that you can't give a full person's worth of love. Culturally, in different parts of the world, this may not be 100% accurate, at least from a man's POV. But according to Alberto, that man is not qualified to love. So hey, that's just me. By the way, I'm not saying this because I plan to marry two people, man or woman, right? I don't plan to marry two people. I mean, marrying one person sounds like a very hard time already, to be honest. With all the different things you have to take care of. Marrying two people, that sounds like you have to literally live your entire life for the sake of those two people and whatever other obligatory duties you have. That sounds like I really won't have any free time left. As in, you know what I mean? Because I have to put equal effort in both those people, plus whatever else I got going on in my life. I'd have a busy schedule. I won't be able to read Umineko at that point. I'd have that much of a busy schedule. It's either that or I read Umineko with both of my wives or husbands or whatever. You know what I mean? That's the only. That's the only solution there. Well, to be fair, you know, a man such as that will not be qualified to love. In this case, we're talking about two women, right? Imagine one man marries two women and then all three of them together read Umineko. They'll be watching this scene like, F you! You shut up, you! We did it! Haha, we achieved happiness! I ain't qualified to love, and you! Shut up!
人を愛する資格のない人間や身分なんていくらでもあるの。二人の愛の一切あれば関係ない？それは甘い愛の偽善。
僕たちはね、恋をする資格を偽る人間を許さない。世界を生み出す最小人数を満たせない人間以下の存在の恋を許さない。僕たちの試練はそのためにある。罪深き魂たちに一人分の魂を取り戻させ、本当の恋ができるようにするために。
Are they really sinful for having multiple personality disorder, though? Sinful souls, you say?
ゼパル様、フルフル様。
僕たちの心の準備ができました。
Here we go, alive OST. Alright.
どうか決闘の合図をお願いします。
The pair, bidding farewell, quietly asked for the signal to be given. Zepar nodded silently, then walked to a place that could be seen by both of them. Furfur spoke in a voice quiet enough to avoid distracting the two duelists.
見て
人たちのどちらかが破綻する決闘を。
いいえ、これは破綻のための決闘じゃない。本当の恋を成就させるための決闘。
私にはあなたたちの言っている意味が。
I can't wait for Shannon and Kanon to shoot each other and Beta to succeed. I didn't have to attend the duel at all. I just get the dub. Batter's all mine. Woo! Imagine.
いいえ、わかりなさい。これは本当に人を愛することができる人間が誕生する瞬間。
意味がわからない。
どちらが勝とうともどうか祝福してあげて。今彼らの家具としての日々が終わる。
合図は簡単。僕が1、2の3を数える。
Each knee sun. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
3と同時に決闘開始だ。
承知してます。
同じく。
2人が共に弾を外したら一度中断。
And if both of them hit?
再び弾を与え、もう一度背中合わせからやり直し。
And if both of them hit?
決着がつくまで繰り返したら。
ジェプ、この決闘過去に何度も見てるのかい？
もちろん。
Oh, so he's dealt with a lot of people who have had multiple personality disorders then?
何度も見てきたよ。
Alright. Doesn't necessarily have to be multiple personality disorder, to be fair. Actually.
大抵何度の打ち合いで決着がつくんだよ。
Hey, don't answer that question. Don't spoil the fun. Alright, let's just see it happen.
ほとんどの場合、弾丸一発で決着がつくよ。
You didn't need to tell us that.
みんな随分と拳銃の腕がいいんだな。
違うよ。片方が外せば残った方は悠々と追い詰めて撃つことができる。初段のもし外したらまずは勝ち目になる。
しかしぼんやりして引き金も引けずに負けることに。
同じ負けるならせめて引き金を引いてから負けたい。
いい覚悟だよ、二人。では、行くよ。
行くよ。Let the battle commence. We're watching. We are watching. We will be watching.
1、
2の
Flashbacks! Aww! Look at all these flashbacks. Great.
3。
In the Golden Rose Garden, when the number 3 was yelled, the sound of gunfire rang out once. Even the people watching couldn't tell whether that was a single gun firing or the sound of both going off at the same time. Oh! Oh, baby! Kanon gets the dub? I really thought Shannon would win that one, you know? Oh! In the midst of the stench of gunpowder and white smoke, there, with gun raised and smoke trailing from the barrel, was Kanon. Shannon was lying on the earth, face down. Ta-da-dun! It seems like we have a winner! Jessica, congratulations!
シャノンさいやシャノンが倒れたのは銃声より早かった。
Psych! See, I told you Shannon would win. I totally did not get tricked there. Shut up. I knew Shannon would win. Jessica's distressed expression was enough to explain what had happened. Shannon, get the dub! She ducked? Oh, she stood back up. Hey, yo, Canon, it's ropes. It's ropes, Canon. She has a shot left. You've shot your gun, and it's done. Slowly, Shannon stood up. All right. There was no bullet wound anywhere on her body. At the time of the signal, Shannon had thrown herself to the ground, dodging the bullet. It had been a gamble. If Canon had turned around and taken the time to aim carefully before shooting, then he would have shot her as she lay there. However, if Canon shot as soon as he turned around, she would be able to dodge it. Canon had also gambled. He did not underestimate Shannon's skill with a firearm. He was fully aware that hoping Shannon would be timid enough to let him shoot first could result in him losing before even pulling the trigger. So he had decided to shoot right away. And he had predicted that when he shot, Shannon would reflexively pull the trigger too. Since he was already planning to shoot right away, he was sure that his readiness would allow him to shoot with greater accuracy than her. If Connor had cautiously turned around, and Shannon had shot instantly with the strength of her will, then Connor wouldn't even have been able to pull the trigger. So it wasn't that Connor had acted hastily. The two had simply given it their all, left their fates to the heavens, and reached this result.
まさかあの短気な姉さんが撃たないなんてね。
私も意外だった。あの慎重なカノン君が振り向きざまなんてね。
As Shannon quietly pointed the barrel at him, she slowly walked forward. She planned on cautiously closing the gap until she reached distance from which she could hit with even more certain accuracy. And Canon had already lost any means of fighting back. He could only try to dodge Shannon's bullet and place his bet on the second round. They both had that same view of the situation, which meant one could be taken by surprise. To be fair, it isn't. Canon does have a point. This could go into the second round. But I have my hopes on Shannon winning. Well, my hopes. I mean, my bets, at least. I don't hope for either's victory here, necessarily. Canon dashed toward like a tornado. Dashed forward like a tornado. Bent over so low that he was almost crawling over his shadow. This duel could only be settled by a bullet, but he wasn't the only one who had a bullet. If he could steal Shannon's gun away from her, he could turn this all around. And if Shannon could calmly shoot through Canon, it would all be over. The odds that Shannon would miss, or that he could get close enough to her before she fired. Canon bet all the chips he had on these. Shannon could draw Canon in until the last second, then shoot him from a closer distance. She could also pull the trigger just before he reached her, and it would start over from the beginning even if she missed. Shannon kept her gun pointing at Canon's forehead as she compared these options until the final moment. She let her shot, calculating the distance he had already moved and the time it would take to pull the trigger. Lady Luck smiled. Partially.
しまった。
In a flash, Kanon leapt to within striking distance of Shannon as she missed the final moment to pull the trigger. He swung his hand up and smashed the gun she held upwards. Oh. That strike sent her gun flying into the sky. At the same time, Kanon's gun also flew from his hand and soared into the air. The two guns danced a rondo through the sky, the rondo of the witch and reasoning, reached their peak and began to fall. By that time, neither one of them knew which gun was theirs. The two guns were exactly the same. Everything about them was identical. There was no way to tell them apart. Hey, none of you paid attention to when the guns went up in the air? When they were all both thrown upwards? Are you serious? However, there was one difference. One of them had a bullet inside. The pair raised their hands to the sky, trying to grasp their fate, their miracle. It was as though they were trying to grasp the wings of a descending angel of miracles. The pair looked up at the brilliant sky, having trusted everything to Lady Luck. Then, they each grabbed one of the guns out of the air, and after dancing a momentary rondo, their arms crossed each other. Oh, like an epic action movie scene? Their arms crossing each other? Show me another wallpaper spread. Even that was like a dance. And the barrels of each of their guns came to a dead stop against each other's forehead. Bang! Shoot! Whoever has the gun wins. Even they could not know which gun held the bullet. When they both pulled the triggers, one would die and one would remain alive. Shoot then! The match would end. George and Jessica had no way of knowing how it would turn out until that moment came. They didn't pay attention to which gun went up in the air. They need to pay close attention. This can't be some Dragon Ball Z fights where they're moving so fast you can't see them. The guns are soaring up in the air. You see which gun went out from Shannon's hand and which one went out from Kanon's hand. You can see which one actually has the bullet inside. George and Jessica, what are you doing? Your love lives are at stake here. However, was it really impossible for the two holding the guns to know? The barrel of Kanon's gun, which had already been fired, must have been warm. And the barrel of the other gun, which Shannon hadn't fired, should have been ice cold. So, perhaps the pair of them did realize which gun was which. And yet, both their expressions was as solemn as could be, showing that they would hold total belief and zero doubt in their own fates until the moment the trigger was pulled. Even this duel is just a farce? The Golden Land. I'll see you later. Bang. Alright, someone got the dub. Someone sure got the dub. We cut off? Are you serious? Yeah, Kanon-kun died? Okay.
Oi,
Alright, but Kanon's not supposed to exist in that room anyway. But alright, Shannon cut off her Kanon personality. I guess. Because she won the duel. Suddenly, Kanon fell to the floor as if he'd had an attack of anemia. It happened without any prior warning, so everyone rushed up to him in alarm. What they saw surprised them. There was a single strand of blood across his forehead, making it look as though it had cracked open.
そんな
どうしたんだ。どういうことだこれは。
Trying to get a look at the wound, Gora wiped Kanon's forehead with a handkerchief. However, his forehead was perfectly smooth, without any trace of a wound. And yet, almost as though it was seeping through his skin, blood was pouring out.
何やってやがんだ。しっかり止血しろい。
それが傷がないのに血が止まらない。
カノンがしっかり。カノンが。ヨシア君。
Yoshia! Genji must have known by now. Ah, Kanon lost the duel! Kanon's face was pale, and though his eyes were open, they had lost the light of the living. Just as though he was a puppet whose strings had been cut, he passed away. Jessica dashed up to Kanon's corpse, held it, pressed her forehead against his, and as her own forehead grew wet with Kanon's still warm blood, she wailed. Well, you two won! Congrats, Jordan Shannon! Congrats! Now you two can be together forever without anybody getting in the way, no hindrances. The personalities become that one. It's a Shannon personality that won through. As I predicted. But here's one problem. The beta personality exists, she just doesn't have a counterpart because Batman's stuck in a locked room. Shannon leaned against George's chest, as though the strings holding her up had been cut. Although for now, you know what, let's just enjoy this glorious moment between George and Shannon, alright? They got the dub. So, George held her in silence. There was nothing in the golden rose garden except the wind that carried golden flower petals, and the sound of Jessica's heartbroken wails.
This 僕たちへの試練はもう十分かい。
十分さ。
It is, okay?
おめでとう。
Congrats, man. You got this, George.
残ったのは君たちだ。
Alright. Alright, well, check Beto, did you figure anything out? You watched the duel, right? Did you figure it out? Do you know a way to save Battler?
君たちを祝福するわ。でも忘れないで。愛を育むのがこれからのあなたたちの務め。
この奇跡が生み出した恋の種をどうかしっかり育ててほしい。
もちろんさ。彼女と君たちにかけて誓う。
それでは魔法の奇跡をシャノンに。
今こそ君の魂を人間に。 一人分に満たそう。集え満たぬ魂よ、一なる魂となりて愛を知りたまえ。
Come together, incomplete souls. Become one. And no love. When the pod and Furfur faced the heavens and yelled, the miracle of love gathered the souls of Aron Shannon. I was trying to sing the Beatles, yes, but I was tragic. Didn't work that well, did it? That's my favorite Beatles song, I think. I don't have a lot of Beatles songs I like, to be fair. It's just that one, Hey Jude, and Yellow Submarine. Come Together be my favorite, though. I just love the instrumental of that one. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, anyway. They came from the losers of the trial. From Canon, who had been defeated. And from Beato, who had dropped out. Right, Beato dropped out, right, of course. Slowly, the bodies of the two began to break down into flecks of gold dust. Bye, Chick Beato. Yeah, you're part of it too. You're part of this triangle, okay? You're one of the three personalities. You lose, okay? Alright, that's how it is. Wait, why isn't Elder Beato disappearing? Isn't she part of the Isn't Elder Beato part of this? Isn't she also Beato? Isn't she also one of the personalities? I guess Elder Beato isn't one of the personalities? Yeah, I guess that would make sense because she wasn't part of the duel or the love battle. But then who is Elder Beato? And who is Chick Beato? What's the difference between them? What makes them different? Well, one of them has a connection to Battler. So what? Yeah, one of them has a connection to Battler. So one of them is clearly, you know, the one in the body of Karan and Shannon or Sayoshia, right? That's this Beato. Then Elder Beato, who's that then? Is that the Ecuadorian Beato? She's the personification of the rules on the game board? What does that mean? I don't get it. Man, I still don't get it. But I'm trying. Alright. What's going on here? No one ever said that the losers would disappear. As she yelled, Beato the Elder supported the body of her fading little sister. However, the two demons were smiling quietly.
カノンは死んだから消える。そしてベアトはバトラーを愛するために生まれたからその資格を失って消える。
これはとても公平。あなたが生き残ったのは他の二人が消え去ったのだから。
我が妹よ、しっかりせよ。バトラの密室を解き救うのではなかったのか。こんなところで果ててどうする。それでも一なるわらわの片割れか。
私ってどうしてバトラさんを好きになるなんて目的のために生まれたんですか。どうして私はバトラさんを好きなの。好きになる理由を実は知らないんです。
You don't know why you fell in love with Battler? Well, that's great. I don't know either.
はあ、こんな時に何を。
それが目的で生み出されて、だからどうしてバトラさんを私は好きなのかよく知らなくて。
Every single time she talks, she disappears more and more. She's becoming more and more transparent.
人を好きになるのに理由などいらぬわ。
It's true, you don't need proof that you're in love.
消えるな。そなたが消えたら誰がバトラを救う。我が妹よ、ベアト。
Baka Battler's just gonna have to save himself, I guess. Incompetent man.
ベアトリーチェ。
She's gone. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Do you need a reason? Mother? Whose mother? Do you need a reason? I don't know. Ask your mother. Do you know who your mother is? I don't know. They mentioned father last time. Now she's mentioning mother. What is it now? Do we know? Huh? Wait, is that a younger battler? Hey yo! That's 12-year-old battler, isn't it? Yeah, that's 12-year-old battler. Let's go. That's 6 years ago. Okay. Well, you know.
家庭的なことか案外苦手なんだよな。
Uh huh. Okay.
この通りガサツな性格だろ。レディーファーストとか女の子の前では礼儀正しくとかそういうのはさっぱり苦手なんだよな。だから強いて好みはって言われると
You're telling Beto 6 years ago what type of girl you like? Okay. I'm not really a big fan of the domestic type of girl. Okay, battler.
そうだな。ジェシカみたいなタイプの女なら結構好きかもな。
Ooh. Oh. You know, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's why Beto's personality is so tsundere. That adds up, you know. Right? So, to make up a personality that Battler could fall in love with, you know, after Battler said that he would like a Jessica type girl, Beto just went, okay, I'm gonna be this witch from the portrait, Beatrice, and my personality is gonna be this tsundere Jessica-like. And that's how she was hoping to be fair, she got him. I think Battler seems to be in love with Battler now, so it might have worked. That personality might have worked.
俺がガサツなように向こうもガサツがちょうどいいんだ。
Fair enough.
お互いよ、汚ねえ言葉遣いで気疲れなく、男女とか気にしないでバカがやれるラフな関係が理想かもな。
Alright, you know what, that adds up with Beto's personality. That is very Beatrice. Beatrice is just laid back, you know what I mean? I get that, you know, but Shannon doesn't seem like the type of girl Battler would fall in love with, right? Beatrice works best for Battler. I get that, okay, that's a personality he's in for. So, this Sayo, Yoshia person, whoever it is, made a personality for Jessica to fall in love with him. They made another personality for George to fall in love with him. That's Shannon. Because that's the sort of personality that George would love the most. And I made Beatrice the personality that Battler would fall in love with the most. A Jessica type personality. Okay, and she just mimicked that. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that works. That's one way to do things.
だからもしも俺に彼女ができるとしたら
So if I ever get a girlfriend, alright?
いつも俺がジェシカとバカやってるみたいにはちゃめちゃな関係がいいよな。
I could be Jessica. At that point, just marry Jessica. Nah, that would be incest. That would be incest. Don't do that. That's your own cousin. That's your own cousin. Don't do that. Alright. Alright. Go ahead and sure. Have a girlfriend with an orphaned girl. You can do that, or boy. I actually don't know. We still know who's the person, the owner of the person's gender, do we? Sayo, Yoshia. I mean, there's 2 girl personalities and 1 boy personality. So it seems like the girl personality shines through more. So it seems like it's more of a feminine person, right? And even Kanon has a lot of feminine traits to him. So maybe it's supposed to be more. For me, it seems like Beat is more feminine. Whoever the owner of the body is more feminine-like. But we actually don't know. Yeah, it hasn't been set out, so I don't know.
よしの分別にそんなのは気にしねえけどよ。まあ洋画とかに出てくる金髪
Oh my
グラマラスな
god, bro!
最高だぜ。
Battler, how'd you forget this? You are incompetent, bro. What? Wait, what the f-
ちいちもませろーいってな。
Oh, I'm just remembering this scene in episode 1 where Batra's trying to rub Shannon's boobs. That scene now is so different. It's so different now. Blue-eyed blonde. That yada. But Jessica's also blue-eyed and blonde. To begin with, yeah, I've already discussed this before. How that's weird, considering she's supposed to be Japanese, right? Blue-eyed and blonde is not really a Japanese-looking person. When I think blonde, I don't think Japanese person. Anyway, alright. Anyway, Western films. Speaking of blue-eyed and blonde, I mean, if you guys ever visit Norway, god damn, there's a lot of those here. Battler, you should visit Norway, bro. Out here where I'm at, blue-eyed blonde, yeah, a lot of those. For both a lot of men and women who are blonde, blue eyes. Holy crap! You're guaranteed to meet one every single time you exit. I mean, 100%. Yeah. I mean, yeah, plenty of blondes out here. So just come over to Scandinavia. We got you plenty. Battery, we got you plenty. Meanwhile, Sayo can put on a wig, a blonde wig, and I don't. What does she do with her eyes? I guess she's got natural blue eyes, or maybe she has some color lenses. I don't know what she. I don't know, man. Ah, Battler, bro. Alright. Oh, Beatrice, listen to me. I'm giving you my love for Ushiromiya Battler. You're to become the kind of woman Ushiromiya Battler desires. I see! Things are making sense now! Things are making sense now! Okay. You will have the golden hair he likes. You will have the blue eyes he likes. You will have a personality that matches his. And then you are to love him in my place. And if fate allows it, be loved by him. I can no longer love him. Please, take these desires I couldn't bring to fruition. These feelings too great for me to bear. And see them through yourself. From this day forward, you're no longer the Rokkenjima ghost that lives only to play pranks. From this day forward, you'll be the master of this island, waiting for the day that he comes to fulfill his promise. Is that what you meant in episode 4? What? So Batra's promise was to date this sort of girl that is, and that was blonde and blue-eyed. That was the promise, and Beto was waiting 6 years for that. Ah, okay. Righty then. Okay, and that's why you have the split in Betos. So we have the beta that this Sayo person created to love Batra. But then who's the beta that played pranks and stuff on the island? That's another beta. We still need to have that beta explained, right? From this day forward, you will do this in my place. So from this day forward, you will no longer be me. Please forgive me for pushing all of my troubles onto you, while I alone try to find happiness. From this day forward, you have the right to hate everything. From this day forward, you're the Golden Witch, Beatrice. And one day, you will destroy everything, revive everything, and bring blessings to all lovers. When that day comes, that's October 5th, 1986, I pray that you and I will both have found happiness. From this day forward, You will no longer be me. From this day forward, I will no longer be you. The two of us will split a single soul and share it. And though, of course, there won't amount to a complete soul, I'm sure our dreams will be more numerous than most. Let us be blessed, my darling, Beatrice. No one else can see your form, but I can. And if you're loved by a lot of people, I'm sure they'll all start seeing you too. We can all see if we have love. Lorely. Wow, heavy part. Heavy part. Big reveal at the end there. I mean, yeah, that reveal at the end confirmed a bunch of stuff. I mean, that we've been theorizing for a while now, so it's not like it became a super huge shocker. But it's still a big enough reveal that is like, okay, alright, now we have a proper standpoint. From a standpoint, that's melting away, that's that OST. Okay, yeah, heavy part right there. Yeah, okay, so my theory is seems more or less correct at this point. So, of course, there's several clues missing, but okay, it's good to know that I was on the right track though. So Sayo created the personalities. Shannon, Sayo or Yoshia, whoever this person is, created the personalities. Kanon, so that Jessica would fall in love with that personality, and split themselves into three basically, right? And they have the Shannon personality, so that Jojo could fall in love with Shannon. And then, most of all, the Beatrice personality that Battler said that he'd like the most, to have Battler fall in love with her. But she'd have to wait 6 years for Battler to come back. And I guess during those 6 years, she eventually... This OST is amazing, by the way. And during those 6 years, she would have to wait for Battler to come back. But Battler's too busy with his family things, because Asumi died and stuff. So I guess in the meantime, she found love with George and Jessica, right? But thinking about it back, Shannon's been a servant for over 10 years, right? But Kanon's only been a servant for a few years, for 2 or 3 years. So I guess she created Beato's personality first, and Kanon is the latest personality. That's the one she created the last. She created Kanon 2 years ago or something. So she must have created Beto to have Battler fall in love with her. Then she must have created Kanon because she realized that she also wanted to have some love from Jessica, maybe. Or whoever this person is, right? Wanted to realize some dreams within Jessica too. So the Kanon personality was created. I think it was around 2 years ago. 2 years ago was when Gora joined the servants. Kanon was created before them, probably 3 years ago. But definitely after she created the Beato personality, right? Yeah. And this whole love duel is to break off the different personalities and to only have a single personality remaining, because only one person can love another person, or in the sense that only 2 people together can create the whole universe, right? A personality, a single personality from half a soul or a third of a soul doesn't count as a full person, and that person cannot fully love another. You need to cut off all the other personalities first. I got that. I've understood that from the very beginning, to be fair. This whole love trial thing, I've understood it for a while from that perspective. That only one of them could succeed because they're both the same person. And Beto as well. They're all 3 of them are the same person. I've understood that much for a while. But we've gotten more concrete confirmation of that now. And yeah. That love duel was something, man. Alright, we're gonna end things here. I'm gonna go sleep, and I guess I'll just take this information in as I sleep. Um, well, we've gotten this explained. There's still a lot of holes missing, right? Who is the Kuwadorian Beato? Or who is this Beato that existed before this, the one Beato that we know now that Sayo created? There's definitely a Beato that existed before then. Whether there's only one Beato that existed before then or two, maybe I'm right and there was a Beato before World War II or whatever, before the match was built, right? Because that's the one Genji mentioned. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know where to go from there. So I feel like we can more confidently answer the question in episode 4 now, right? Beato saying, "Who am I?" I feel like that makes a lot more sense now. Beato, who am I? Alright, it's Beato, it's Sayo, it's Kanon, it's Shannon, it's Yoshia, it's Beatrice. But and it makes a lot more sense. Backer Sin makes a lot more sense now that Backer can, didn't go back to Beatrice because she was waiting for him, right? She made a whole personality waiting for him for 6 years. So I get that much. So I guess that must have been what Backer Sin was. Right? At this point, that's probably it. So we've come pretty far in understanding that much. But as you can tell, there's still a lot of holes missing. There's still several things missing regarding Beato and who Beato is, and what are her connections with the Eastern spirits. What are these pranks that she was pulling? Right, what was that about? You also have the whole shrine thing. What was going on with the shrine? Shannon destroyed the shrine. Why did she do that? I feel like that's another big thing. The shrine. Okay, we're gonna end things off there though. Jessica crying over Yoshia dying. I hope you guys have enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. I will see you guys next time for some more. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this at least as much as I enjoyed reading it. This has been a heavy part. I hope your heart is okay. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Alright, y'all. Peace.